Hi, I'm Max Reeh. I'm an amateur comedian. I'm doing this on my phone. I have no idea quite what this is or what I'm doing. Um, there's not a whole lot of open mics around here that I can get to, and I feel like I just gotta try to get my thoughts out there, work on some jokes, etc. And like, I think the internet's a decent enough place for that, like I kind of like the idea of a podcast, but I don't know how to do that. So I have a YouTube channel, and so that's my course of action. I'm kind of gonna treat this like a podcast, but have no other guest here with me, and see where that goes. Oh, it should have fun. Some of these might just be my thoughts. Some of these might be. I might even throw a random joke at you without warning you to begin with, and like it'll scare the crap out of you. Like you won't see it coming. Like you're just gonna be like thinking I'm just telling you a story or a fact or something like that, and then you're just gonna start laughing and be like, "Oh, son of a bitch, you got me." So here we go. What do I have working on right now? What am I working on? I'm working on school. I'm going for a certificate in small business management, which is exciting. And I have a couple like bits that I've been like just they're rough. They're rough, so just bear with me here. Sometimes I get bored and I go on Tinder.com. You can look that up on your Internet Explorer if you wish. You might have to do the http://www.tinder.com. For those of you who are new to the internet, I swipe right on a lot of people, a lot of women. You know, it's all preference. Like usually, there's like an age thing, unless they look good or whatever. I don't really tend to stray too far away from white girls. It's not like a racial thing. It's just kind of like whatever. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have said that, but you know what? I'm not gonna edit this at all, so let's see where it goes. I got a match because if you swipe right and they swipe right, then it opens it up and sets it up for a message. That's how Tinder works if you've never been. And so I go, and this girl, it says that she's 18, and I'm like, that's a little young for me. I'm in my early to mid 20s. Like, I'm 25. So I'm looking at this girl's profile, and it's the first thing that it says is really 17. Ah, come on, you can't do that to people. Why are you going on a dating website anyway? You're 17 years old. Go to the mall. Go to class. Get off of dating websites. All you're gonna find on there is creeps. Yeah, I realize that I'm like considering myself in that. I'm not really a creep. I just can't really talk to women. Like I just don't really. I mean, I guess I can, but like I don't really have that confidence to walk up to a woman and start a conversation and have it lead. I can do it and just like have it lead to nothing, but I can't have it lead to a relationship very often unless I'm supposed to talk to her and one thing leads to another. I mean, I just can't. Anyway, I'm a father. I got a 5-year-old daughter at the time that this is being filmed. Which I'm gonna probably drop this 2 years from now. We'll see. It's currently this October 18th, 2016. I think. Might be the 17th. We'll see. Anyway, like why? I was just and then I unmatched her because she's 17. I'm like, that's creepy. And then a part of me was like, you know what? She'll be 18 eventually. Like, maybe I shouldn't unmatch her. Maybe I should just ignore it for a while. No. I'm unmatching her, and that's final. So, I do go on Tinder. And OK Cupid. I almost said Oklahoma City. because it's OK Cupid, OKC, and the Thunder also have that OKC Thunder. So, here's another bit that I've been working on, kind of, and like this is kind of a thing that just it's one of those things that really gets me. I'm texting girls, like I text a few different girls at the same time. I mean, it's the closest I'm ever gonna come to being on The Bachelor, and I keep on looking at the screen instead of the cam. This is the camera, and this is the screen. I'm trying to focus on the camera, but the screen's right next to it because this is a Samsung Galaxy S6. So I don't really need. I actually did write this all down on my break at work today, which was pretty nice. So okay, here's the thing. I like watching stand-up comedy. I love stand-up comedy. At some point in this video, I'm going to suggest to you comics that I like, and you can kind of go from there. Like, if you like comedy and you're like you don't know who to like you're new to comedy, I'll set you in a direction that I like, and we'll see where it goes from there. I'm looking at the screen again. This is ridiculous. So basically, I'll start messaging girls, and sometimes I'll be messaging them, and they'll say something like, "Yeah, I love comedy." Great, that's awesome. I love comedy too. Who's your favorite? Jeff Dunham. What? Like, there's 5 comedians that everybody knows. Like, the average person doesn't know a ton of comedians. If they say like Jeff Dunham or Jim Gaffigan, I love Jim Gaffigan. Jeff Dunham, I think, has gotten old. Kevin Hart, like, he's funny and all, I get it, but like the obsession with him I don't really understand. So, but it's like Kevin Hart, Jerry Seinfeld. I love Jerry Seinfeld. I love the show Seinfeld. We'll probably talk about that at some point. But like, there's just a few comedians that everybody knows, and when they say that, like Dane Cook, I'm like, whatever. You're not a big comedy fan. I get it. You can just say I'm not a big fan of comedy. Don't say I love comedy, but I only know 2 comics. That does nothing for me. I know over 100 comics that I have watched, and I love, I love some, hate some. I don't like Nick Kroll. I don't like Dane Cook. I'm not a huge Bo Burnham fan. You guys don't have to watch this if you don't agree with me. But, so, I get it, but, like, me obsessing and liking comedy and you not understanding my obsession is a huge red flag. Let me look at my notes just to make sure I'm going on the right track here. When people try to act like they know something that you're obsessed with and don't actually get it, it can piss you off. Like a lot of my favorite comics aren't household names. I love Patton Oswalt and I love Paul F. Tompkins. Those guys are like B, C-list celebrities. Patton Oswalt has been in movies. He was in the movie Young Adult and Big Fan. He was the main voice in Ratatouille. He was on The King of Queens for several years. Pretty much the whole series, actually. And he's really good. And Paul F. Tompkins, he used to be the host of VH1's Best Weeks Ever, which I was late to the party on. I didn't actually see that because I don't know, I wasn't watching VH1 when I was 12 or whenever it was on. So, but I don't think that I'm sorry, I'm reading my notes. I wrote this today. Bear with me here. I don't like the idea of women trying to pretend like that, and I do like to introduce women to people in general to comics that they haven't heard. They may not be household names, but they're awesome. I love Mike Birbiglia, like one time me and a girl, we're watching a Mike Birbiglia special, and we had to stop halfway through because we started, getting it on. And that wasn't the reason. It wasn't that we were watching Mike Birbiglia and just couldn't take it anymore. It was just because we were laying on a couch and we were just kind of... Anyway, so it was... It's not like I'm some kind of psychopath who is saying, like these are, like, C-list celebrities. It's not like I'm saying, like, you claim to know comedy and you've never heard of this local comic that I do open mics with? Are you crazy? Are you kidding me? It's not like that. So don't judge me. I'm drinking a 2-liter, but really, I'm not finishing it all tonight, and I'm saving myself dishes. You drink it straight from the bottle, and you live alone. All you're doing is having one less dish or one less Dixie cup to throw away. Solo cup to throw away. Walmart hefty cup to throw away. Whatever. I missed. Anyway. Where was I? So I've been punching up some jokes. I've been working on some. I'm not really punching them up. Alright, here's just a few things that I got. Sleepwalking is never a great thing. It's always like, I slept, walked, and broke my foot after I tripped and whatever. Or I slept, like Glenn Allen Hill, he's a former Cub. Actually, the Cubs game's on right now. I'm kind of drifting in and out. Baseball can kind of be very boring to me. I don't know. Glenn Allen Hill fell through a glass table because he was dreaming he was getting attacked by spiders. People can wander out of their houses, and they say that if you put on a lock to a room and that you can undo with yourself in it, you can undo it. You can undo anything you do when you're awake and conscious when you're sleeping. And that's crazy. So, I mean, it's insane. It happens, but it's just crazy that it happens, right? So, but when, like, nothing good ever happens, you don't wake up for like the 17th straight day with sore abdomen, not a sore stomach. It's not a stomach ache. You wake up and you're like, oh crap, I got a 4-pack. This isn't good. Anyway, what else do I got here? I called a woman babe the other day. We weren't dating. She just looked like a pig. Ellie Goulding said that she doesn't want Donald Trump fans at her concerts. It's a little stuck up, and you should keep your personal life and your personal beliefs out of your career. Just like certain athletes. But what she's doing is saying, if you're a fan of me and you don't agree with my political stances, don't come to my show. And I say, if you're a skinhead and you find whatever I do funny, I don't agree with you, but, like, your lifestyle. But if you're gonna come, contribute to my success, which is not very great. Like, I'm sitting in... this is a Tuesday night. Is it a Tuesday? It is a Tuesday night. And I'm sitting in a darkened studio apartment. I got this, like, camera footage set on, like, vintage, so it looks shadowier than it is. But... see, this is what I'm talking about. Baseball, this game has been going on since 7:10. It's 7:50 and it's the bottom of the second. Because, like, they really improved the pace of game, I get it. They've improved the pace of game, but it's still slow. It used to be, when I was growing up, that you could go take a dump or a nap and you'd miss 5 pitches somehow. because the pitchers, they just stand up on the mound with their glove, you know, they're just kind of fiddling around with that beanbag thing. They throw it down, kind of stretch out a little bit, punch their glove, throw the ball in their glove, and then they get ready, stare down the batter. The catcher's giving them all kinds of signs. No, I don't like that. No. No. Okay, that one's good. That one's good. You look over to check the runner on first. He's not doing anything. Your shoulder is kind of tensing up, so you gotta just hang on 1 minute. Alright, here we go. Here we go. And you get the ball. You're looking back over there. Hey, let's throw a pick off. Alright, he wasn't going anywhere anyway. He was actually standing on the bag the whole time. Let me get that ball back. You stay. You stay over there. Alright, let's do a couple more of these. Grabbing the ball, throwing it, slapping out the pizza dough. And you finally turn, you hold the ball, look back at the guy on first. He's a step off. And then you get the ball back, and then you pick up that beanbag thing again. And I'm not wearing socks, by the way, but start. And then you throw it down, and somehow the ball was still in your hand along with that beanbag, and then you gotta pick it up, and the base runner's going, and then this is the one time he's actually moving, and you try throwing it, and he's safe. He gets a stolen base because you're being an idiot, and then you get the ball back, and I think 2 minutes has gone by at this point. And then you finally get ready to go, and you get to looking. At this point, you forget what the catcher's doing, what the catcher said, and he's giving you those signs again, like the, here's one. No. Alright, I like that one. Is he leading off second again? He just stole first. He's gonna just stole second. Is he getting greedy and trying to steal third? Okay. And they get ready. Get their wind up. And then they throw the ball. That was a horrible pitching motion, but I'm not an athlete. I'm an amateur comedian. And then ball. Alright, got it back. Let's do this again. Another 5 minutes. And, that's how it goes sometimes, so. I am in a computer chair, and you're not. Well, you might be. You're probably at a computer or hanging out at home on a Tuesday night or whatever, whenever you're watching this. You could be watching this next year. I don't know whether or not Trump or Hillary won the election, and you might already. Where'd my 2 liter? So, I have lost some weight. 5 ounces to be exact. Can't find my flask anywhere. See, I told you wouldn't see those jokes coming out of nowhere. I don't drink. So, there's, where was I? Oh yeah, a very effective way of losing weight is actually by starting to date women who work in restaurants. Or talking to women and getting turned down by women who work in restaurants. So it's a good thing to hit on waitresses, because then you might not be so fat. I'm running out of pizza places to eat in Milan, Illinois. So, don't talk to girls from Milan, Illinois. Anyway. I am under 200 pounds. Okay, this is an old joke because I'm about 205 right now. But I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since my ex was on top. I don't know. You ever been with a girl and she's on top and she's heavier There's a little slipping going on. That hurts so bad. I my basketball all the way over there now. I was gonna shoot another basket, but I can't. I have this T-ball, but that would break my door or something like that. I don't know. So, it's a commercial. It was 0-0 on the bottom of the second. If you're one of those people who watches sports after it's already happened, you got problems. I can't do that. I have to look up the scores as it's happening. If I know the score, I'm probably not gonna watch the game. I can watch highlights. I can skim through it or whatever. Just watch SportsCenter at that point. God dang, man. What else? I'm at 20 minutes of just rambling here. 21 minutes. That's pretty good. My camera is just gonna stop at 49 minutes and 42 seconds. I don't know if I'll get there or not. I probably should be doing homework, but I feel like this is more important at the moment. And let's see. I'm really fascinated by the unknown, like ghosts and cryptids and extraterrestrials. And I will tell you why I got into cryptozoology, which is actually what this tattoo on my arm is all about. It's like a cryptozoology thing. That's the Greek words, I think. And it's got wings and stuff on it. And then on this other arm is my lifelong dedication to my favorite Chicago Cubs, who are playing. And I have already talked about baseball quite a bit. So, my chest is hairy. There's that. So, the reason I got into knowing about cryptozoology and finding out the term cryptozoology and the term cryptid was that I was doing a research paper in high school. And I wanted to do it on ghosts, the paranormal. And this is one of those things where after somebody picks a topic, nobody else can pick that topic at all. So I got number 11, and I got a really, really weird idea. I think I'm fine. It might not have been 11. It was somewhere between 9 and 7, 9 and 12. So I'm like, I don't know. And then there was a girl who goes up a little bit before me. And she said that she wanted to do her controversial research paper on paralegals. And I was like, what? And the teacher was like, huh? How are those? Oh, ghost. Oh, paranormal. Great. She doesn't even know it, and she stole my idea. But she did get the idea. And then I panicked because I didn't have anything else aside from that picked out. And then I just started, I don't know if I've been cussing on this. I was BSing. Let's say that. Through it. And I said to my teacher, I was going to say professor, but there's not professors in high school. So I was in high school, right? And so I say, I want to do my research paper on creatures whose existences may or may not be proven. What are you talking about, Max? Well, she said, what are you talking about, Maxwell? Don't call me well. I'm not Topher Grace. Anyway, some of you got that, some of you don't. People don't understand that Christopher Grace goes by the second half of his first name. If I did that, then people would be saying, well? I'd be like, what? Don't call me by the second half of my name. I'm not Topher Grace. Anyway, I need to find a title for what I'm doing here. I don't know. Like I've thought about like weapons of max destruction, and Max gonna give it to you like as a playoff from like DMX, you know. Anyway, so I was just kind of bullcrapping my way through this, right? And I'm like, well, like Bigfoot, like creatures whose existences have been documented but never proven. And she was like, find out what that term is and get back to me. And I looked it up and I found out it was cryptozoology. And then I wound up getting this book called Cryptozoology. Oh, that's backwards. Can you read backwards? It's not pick igloos S-A, right? It's Cryptozoology A through Z by Lauren Coleman. And that is where I found out. That's where I did a lot of my research for a research paper about a pseudoscience, which is weird because I was able to pull that off, but I love it. And so I did that, and it was pretty cool. And it's become a lifelong obsession since. One of my goals in life is to drive around the country searching for cryptids. Not really the whole world, because I like America. I don't really need to go to Papua New Guinea and, like, you know, have to eat foreign cuisine that's probably not even edible and get a translator and worry about offending people in other nations or whatever. So that's how I came across knowing about that. I focused on the Loch Ness Monster, El Chupacabra, Mothman, and Bigfoot. Mothman's my favorite cryptid. It's not really a believable story. Mass hysteria is crazy because what that does is makes it so that people just see anything, and as long as they think that somebody else saw it and there's a popular belief, they're just like, oh, I saw it too. Which is how you wind up getting these descriptions of these creatures. It's like, oh, it's between 4 and 12 feet tall. And it has wings that span between 4 and 18 feet. It's insane. It's got glowing red eyes. Mothman, they always said, was like between 6 and 8 feet tall, realistically. And it was first sighted in Point Pleasant, West Virginia in 1967. Let me double check that. I turned it right to the page. Mothman. It's backwards. Okay, so yeah. Sorry, I'm a bit off. November 15th, 1966. In Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Roger and Linda Scarberry were out on a couple's night out, driving by an abandoned TNT warehouse, or TNT area, and they reported that they saw this thing, and it shuffled on two legs, and it hovered, and they said that they were exceeding 100 miles an hour, and it was still keeping up with them. And it had bright lights like bicycle reflectors for eyes, and then all of a sudden everybody starts seeing it. In a small town like that, if one person sees something, 95 people are going to see it, and that's the whole town. I don't know if that's the whole town, but you get the picture, right? So, oh, my back just cracked. All right. Anyway, so that is what happens, is that I think that there's a lot of uneducated sightings too, like especially in these third world countries and everything, where people like see something that we know, and we know how to identify and put it into words. They might not have a word for it, and they might be a little bit freaked out because they see it out in the wild and they're a little bit spooked by it and they run from it. And then it's like, you know, like, I don't know, if you're if you're running from a dog, you don't admit that it was a 25-pound dog. You say, oh, that thing must have been about 45 pounds, if not more. You know, that's just kind of how life goes, right? Like, if you go on a date with a girl and she's not a 10, you can still say she's a 10 and people still won't believe you. Much so cryptids. They might not believe you. They might not believe that there was a 7-foot creature with wings that was going 100 miles an hour. Maybe it was a 3-foot creature with really spread out wings like a barn owl that was going quickly as well, you know, gliding. Maybe that's the difference, right? Maybe the exaggeration and the fear and just kind of freaking out. Maybe they were drunk. Maybe they were on drugs. Who knows? But they didn't they started this whole thing, and then everybody started seeing it, whether or not they actually saw it or not. Let me see if I can get my lighting a little bit better in here. That's better, I think. So that happens, and people just start freaking out about things, all right? And the game is still 0-0. It's the bottom of the third, and it's been on for an hour. Anyway, so people just freak out. People, and you know, some people lie and they believe themselves. Those are some of the scariest people in the world. I know people like that. It's not good. They lie and then they're like, oh yeah, I have a bachelor's degree, and it's like, you and I both know for damn well you don't have a bachelor's degree. You didn't even go to college. But they believe it. It's nuts. It's not a lie if you believe it to be true, said George Costanza. I like 7 of 10. Have you ever pissed off the top of a building? Would you mind telling me, if so, how you managed to make an inanimate object angry? You never saw that coming. Another joke. Who knew? Let's see what else I got. I'm sorry, I'm not really spending a lot of time. This is my first thing that I'm doing here. And, the production quality will hopefully get better. And, this is kind of like a video blog. And I don't know who or how many people are going to watch this, but if you do, I appreciate it. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. And if you don't like me, then you don't have to like me. I'm starting to sweat. I should probably open up some windows or something. Your instincts can occasionally hurt, and they can occasionally help. I have examples for both of those. How it can hurt. You see this tooth? That one? The bottom of that tooth is a filling. Which made me mad because I take good care of my teeth. And then to have all of your work and all of your care just in a freaking blink of an eye. I was in my kitchen, which is that way. You see that like shadowy area there without the lights on? I was there. And I was eating canned pineapples with a fork, and I was wearing a wife beater and sweatpants because I'm sexy like that. And I was eating the pineapples, and then the pineapple started slipping off my fork, and my instinct told me to bite down on the pineapple. The pineapple slipped out, and I bit straight down on that fork. and my tooth chipped. And I was not happy about that. I had to get a dental appointment, and they fixed it up pretty good, I think. I don't know. You see, I don't want to smile too long because you guys might see some flaws, and I don't want that. So, other times your instincts can teach you to do the right things. I was at a friend's wedding a few months ago. One of my buddies gave me his keys because he'd been drinking and he knows I don't drink at all, so it's more of a moral thing. I'll get into that some other time. And he hands me his keys, and I take the keys, and I'm like, dude, this guy's got a loud muffler, and he's got a turn signal out. He's one of my best friends, but I don't really feel like driving his car at night. I don't think that's a really wise idea. And I'm wearing this tuxedo because I was in the wedding, and it's the reception. He's not getting drunk at the ceremony. He's getting drunk at the reception. And he gives me this keys, and I just take them back to my apartment. I take the keys in the car back to my apartment by myself, and I go upstairs. I live on the second floor, and my intention is to just charge up my phone a little bit because it was almost dead, first and foremost, and then take my car down. Perfect, right? The bottom of my stairwell to walk in has a glass door. Why? I'm a 25-year-old, 6'1", 200-pound, single white male. Thankfully, I don't get drunk. Because if I did, that door would have broken 4 times by now. It's 3 by 5 foot glass, 1/4 inch thick. I'm wearing this tuxedo, and I'm trotting down the stairs like I always do. But the tuxedo shoes are very, they're not gripping, you know? And I'm running down, just kind of jogging down the stairs, and all of a sudden I just slip, and my instinct told me to dab right into the window because I was falling already. I didn't want to dab into the window. My instinct, I didn't actually dab. I just kind of stuck my arm out like that. But that's halfway to a dab, So I'm doing that. I'm falling, and that was my instinct. My instinct did not tell me to go like this, or like this, or fuck you, door, or whatever. I cussed. I was trying so hard not to. Anyway, so I did that, and the door broke, and I wasn't badly injured at all. I didn't get a scratch on me. I was upset. I'd rather be upset than bleeding, I suppose, usually. And a lot of people get upset and bleeding. I'm sorry. That's not really. I don't really like to make light of women's cycles and whatnot. I shouldn't do that. Anyway, I fell through that door, and it hurt a little bit, but the screen door broke my fall, and I just had to pay for actually my grandparents picked up the tab for that glass, which was really nice of them. The Cubs are losing. Wonderful. It's 1-0. Spoiler alert. In case you haven't seen it yet. I fell through that glass, and that's an example of your instincts going bad. Let's see. I'm gonna warn you this time. I got a few more jokes that I'm working on. I was listening to the radio one day, and they had a condom commercial on. And they were talking about bearskin condoms. New Trojan blue Trojan bearskin condoms. And my thought wasn't bearskin. I was thinking bearskin. I've heard of lambskin. Bearskin seems a little bit overkill. Bearskin. Oh, like it's your bare skin. That's what they were going for. Not like, like that would be like the hefty bag of condoms, would it not? It's bare skin. Right? Anyway, we'll see if I can remember how to talk this time. I don't really know if I'm anti-prostitution because I have a child and I am still paying for sex that I had 6 years ago. Oh, and I don't go to strip clubs though. I was at a strip club once, and I wound up trying to talk the woman out of her. I tried talking her out of her job, which is a very, very anti-economic thing for me to do. I'm usually really big into do your job, earn your money, pay your bills. Like I think that in order for society to function, everybody needs to pull their weight. And I go to the strip club, and I'm not like I don't know. I love women, and I love all that stuff, right? All anything, right? I love being with women. I like being in a relationship sometimes. Anymore, I just kind of get laid on occasion, and that's just kind of it. These short relationships, whatever, it ties me over until the next one. I'm gonna be getting all kinds though after these start taking off, these videos and whatnot. So I am at the strip club with my friends. It's my first time ever being at a strip club, and I go in. I'm like, well, first things first, I'm wearing a sleeveless shirt, and apparently they have a dress code, which is contradictory because they don't have to wear any clothes, and I have to wear sleeves. That is crap. I should be able to walk in there shirtless if I so please. But then they'd have to start paying me. So I walk into the strip club, and I have a white shirt, like a white sleeveless shirt on. I have my hair spiked up, much like it's not at the moment. And they were like, you gotta have sleeves. So I run out to my car, and the only thing that I have that has sleeves in it is my brown leather jacket. And I'm wearing like khaki or cargo shorts, man. So, like, it's like the worst. Like, it's just like, it would be like if, I don't even have a good analogy. Like, it was like the worst put together Fonz costume I would ever thought of in my life. And I didn't even mean to think of it. It was that bad. And I go into the strip club, and there's these strippers. I've never been there before. They have these giant TVs, and they were announcing that the Bulls worked out a deal to sign Fred Hoiberg as a coach. And I was pretty excited about that. And I'm just like, my favorite team's got a new coach, and then there's boobs. So and there, my friend keeps on like sliding dollars in front of me. I'm like, stop it! I don't need that. I don't want that really right now. And then like, I just don't really like the idea. It's like a weird ritual, man. Like, guys put $1 in front of them, and then the girl walks up to him, grabs $1, has him stand up. But now there's a difference between, I found this out, there's a difference between you rubbing your face in a woman's boobs and a woman forcibly rubbing her boobs with your face. And that's what happened to me. This woman got up to me, and I'm sitting there in a rolling chair, which is appropriate because I'm in one right now. And she says, "Come here." "No, thank you. I'm good." "Come here." "No, no." She grabs me by the shirt collar and pulls me up. And then she rubs my face into her boobs. And then she throws me down. There's a bed behind me, which is stopping me, but I would have gone back probably about like 6 or 7 feet. And that would have been realistic, because that's what happened. My friends pay for me to get a private dance. And I go in there, and it's like, I'm in a dark room listening to Van Halen. I do that a lot. Ain't talking about love. Whatever, you know. I love Van Halen. I can't think of the lyrics right now. I'm sure they're really easy. Just like I told you before. Yeah, whatever. So, I go in, and she's like, rubbing, like, she's like putting her boobs in my face and, like, you know, dancing all over me. I'm like, you know, I have a well, this was a while back. I have like a 3-year-old daughter, and I would be incredibly embarrassed if she were to do this in her lifetime. Like, you can do better things. Like, you're an attractive young lady. You can grab the world by the fingertips and just do something with your life that's not degrading to you. And so, and I just went in one tit out the other, man. In one tit out the other. No attention was paid by her. She got the $25 or whatever my friends paid. That's them. That's all their world. They like going to strip clubs. I've never been back to one. And in order to find out which strip club to go to, we used Yelp reviews. Because there's a few in the area. And that was like the BYOB strip club. Bring your own booze. And I wasn't drinking. I mean, I've drank within like the last like year or so, but I just don't. It's a topic for another time. I only have like 2 minutes until my camera stops, so if it cuts off mid-sentence, I just want you to know. Damn, that's too long to wait. I can't do that long and dramatic pause that Calculon does in Futurama. Man, you know, okay, so I can finish off with this. Like, I was at work the other day, and this guy was telling me that, like, he just kind of felt the most immense pain in the world, and like, something fell on his leg, and he's like, it hurt so much that, like, he was being very, very masculine, saying, like, I shed one single tear. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I cried during Futurama, like, I've cried during Forrest Gump, like, there's all kinds of stuff that, like, I've cried in public because a girl didn't show up, you know, it's just, I don't know, like, all the time, man, like, I hate it, I can't watch certain movies, like, if they get too deep and heavy, like, I get too invested in the characters and stuff like that. Like, I don't know what was, like, probably the weirdest movie for me to cry during. Like, Futurama gets sad. I give you that. Like, you know, I cried during Forrest Gump when, like, he's visiting Jenny's grave. Spoiler alert, sorry if you haven't seen the movie from 1994 yet. 96. 94? 90s. So, I'm running out of time. I'm very scared right now. I feel like this is the Blair Witch Project. I'm running out of time and nobody's ever going to find me or find out what happened. 5 seconds. I'm Max Reeh.